You found an apartment in Munich. It was listed 1400 euros monthly. You took the bet, you take the deal. Now your first month bill comes 4200 euros. No, it's not a mistake. Neither it's an scam. It's the Germany. It's the system here. You forget to consider all other costs. And today in this video, we are going to exactly show you exactly where this 4200 comes out. What are those 5 costs which almost all the relocation guides leaves out. We will going to discuss on all of these. Stay tuned. Here is where your 4800 euros goes. First, your rent, your first month rent, 1400 euros. Then there is a caution, the security deposit. In Germany, it's generally times 3 of your monthly cold rent. So it will be 4200 at least. But you get it back when you leave the apartment. So we won't count it. Agency fee, if applicable, if you have gone through the broker, then the fees for that broker. And here is where most people get confused. The listed price is almost always the Kaltmiete, the cold rent. It does not include any kind of utilities, your electricity, water, heating, waste. These kind of things are not included on that listing price. So always keep a buffer of 250 euros to 350 euros depending on the city and extra budget to you. That will be a sum up of your monthly Warmmiete, the warm rent, including all your utilities, which will actually going to cost you. So if it is listed 1400 euros, then it is somewhere around 1650 to 1750 monthly. This is just rent. We have not yet calculated your regular needs, your cost for food, groceries, insurances, and other kind of expenses. This is just rent. So be aware. Here are the hidden costs that almost no relocation guide mentions, and all of these hidden costs will affect you. Hidden cost number 1, the unfurnished apartment. In Germany, unfurnished does not mean no sofa. It means no kitchen, no light fixtures, sometimes no floor covering, no carpets. The kitchen, Einbauküche, is often taken by the previous tenant when they leave. Setting up an apartment from scratch will going to cost you somewhere between 2000 euros to 5000 euros before you buy a single piece of furniture. Hidden cost number 2, SCHUFA. In Germany, SCHUFA is known as your credit system, Germany's credit system or credit score. Without a SCHUFA report, it could be difficult for you to find an apartment. Most of the tenant ask for your SCHUFA report. Is your SCHUFA negative, positive, or what's the score? So to find an apartment, it's quite important to have your SCHUFA report. Now, as an expat, newly arrived in Germany, you do not have a financial history here. So it might be challenging for you to get a SCHUFA. For that, after arriving, open your bank account as soon as possible, if possible in the week 1, and use it regularly. After 3 months, you can get your SCHUFA report. So do it as soon as possible. Hidden cost number 3, the Rundfunkbeitrag, radio tax, commonly known as radio tax. It's somewhere around 18 euros and 36 cents per month, and it's non-negotiable. You have to pay it. You cannot opt out. It's the service fees for the broadcast, irrespective of whether you use radio or not, you have television or not, you have to pay it. And one more important thing, do not forget to register your Rundfunk number when you get it via post. If you don't register, it might be shockable to you that you get after 12 months or 18 months or even after 2 or 3 years a big sum up of the amount, which could lead in thousands, and then you have to pay it at once or you will get the penalty. That's not an favorable case. So always when you register your address at the city office at the Rathaus, make sure you get the letter for your Rundfunkbeitrag. There you have to register your number on their website or just call them and check it that it is working, you are paying, and they are receiving your contribution. Otherwise, it could sum up in a very huge amount. Then the hidden cost number 4, and this is the one I personally underestimated, the first month setup float. Between deposit or security and your first month Nebenkosten, there are also the expense for the electricity, for water, if you are taking any connection, for the internet, basic furniture you will going to need, your kitchen appliances maybe you are going to need. So budget at least 3 to 5,000 euros extra while moving in the first apartment. What I can give you as a personal tip, while starting your first job or while moving first in the Germany, try to take an furnished apartment or go in a shared apartment or a WG where you do not have a lot of upfront. After settling down in your job, in your studies, after 3 to 6 months, if you are starting with your job, then after completing your prob site, when you are compatible with your job, you are settled at your workplace, then move into your own apartment. Until then, try to live in a WG or a shared apartment. As a couple, you can go if you have already collected that kind of fund. Have some 3,000 to 5,000 euros spare for the relocation. Let me show you the real monthly budget for a single professional in 4 German cities. All figures are from the 2026 data. All include rent, utilities, food, transport, basic insurances. This is what you actually need in your account every month to live a normal life, not a luxury one. Munich. In Munich, you will going to require somewhere 2,200 euros to 2,600 euros per month. Rent alone for a one-bedroom apartment in the city center will going to cost you somewhere between 1,200 euros to 1,800 euros. It is the highest in Germany by a significant margin. Frankfurt, 1,900 euros to 2,350 euros. Slightly more manageable compared to the Munich, but it's still expensive. One bedroom apartment in the city center here cost you 1,100 euros to 1,400 euros. Then Berlin. In Berlin, it's a bit more manageable than the other two cities, somewhere around 1,800 euros to 2,200 euros per month you will going to require for having affordable options. But it's also quite challenging, as in Berlin the prices are rising since a couple of years. In 2025 it rose 5%. One bedroom apartment here cost you 1,000 euros to 1,400 euros. Leipzig will going to cost you 1,100 euros to 1,400 euros per month. This is where the real value is. One bedroom apartment here will going to cost you 550 euros to 750 euros, which is quite manageable with a good paying scale of an engineer of 55,000 gross per year. With this amount, you can have a quality life here in Leipzig. For the same role in the Munich, if you are earning 65,000 euros, you still going to struggle compared to Leipzig. So in Germany, number matters. Before accepting your offer, please consider all these costs. It could be possible your gross salary in Leipzig is lesser than the Munich, but you have a better life standard in Leipzig compared to Munich. There are other differences. These all are based on numbers, but consider before accepting any offer what are the living costs there, whether you are making it up, having some extra cash flow or not. That's the main thing. Before we talk about the one most people misunderstand, the cost which most people misunderstand, I want to give you the other side of this picture. Germany is expensive. A lot of people say that. But part of what you are paying for is genuinely valuable. The Deutschlandkarte, the health industry, your 30 days minimum paid holidays. These things are actually valuable, which are giving you back. Yes, it's not that cheap in Germany, but as a normal professional starting your career, these are much valuable for you. For example, Deutschlandkarte, 63 euros a month. You pay 63 euros and you can travel Germany in the whole country, in the whole Germany, using the public transport. You can reach from south of the Bayern to the north of your Hamburg using just your 63 euros ticket, and it does not limit you for a single journey. You can take as many trains as possible, which if you compare to UK, there you will pay 3 times of this cost only for a monthly pass for a city, not for the whole country. That's the huge difference. Then in the health sector, the public health insurance, which is mandatory for everyone, which one have to pay upfront from your salary or from your regular living, but it then also returns you. Like, you do not have to pay for the doctor visit, hospital stays, or most of the medications. You do not have to pay anything at upfront, which the professionals or the students or the people or the immigrants moving in Germany from USA will understand, or from the Asian countries. They will understand completely like how much the healthcare or health system can cost, which in Germany is quite a big relief. You should also calculate these factors in your budget or in your immigration or career planning in Germany. Yeah, Germany is not cheap, but it gives you such benefits as well to have a secure life here. The cost most foreign professionals misunderstand in year one: insurances. In Germany, insurance is not optional, it is structural. You will have mandatory health insurance, mandatory pension contribution, mandatory unemployment insurance. These comes out of your salary automatically. We covered them already in our salary videos. You can check the link over here or in the description. But there are voluntary insurances that are not technically required, and one of them is so important that skipping is a genuine financial risk for you. Haftpflichtversicherung, personal liability insurance. It covers you if you accidentally damage someone's property or injure someone. In Germany, let's say you go to a cafe and by mistake you spill your coffee on a MacBook. Now you are the person who is liable to replace that MacBook. You have to bear that full replacement cost. Now you are a student, you do not have money. What will you do? You have to take loan, you have to go in debt to provide this replacement, right? So better to have the personal liability insurance, which cost you only 5 to 8 euros a month and cover up to 5 to 10 millions in liability. In such cases, or during cycling, you you got into an accident, because of you someone got injured. Now you have to bear those medical costs, which could be in thousands or even in millions in severe cases. So it's better to have this voluntary insurance. It is not compulsory, but nice to have to save you from such financial catastrophe. Feel free to share your experiences about personal liability insurance or such cases in the comment. Do not forget to do that. Here is your practical budget framework before moving to or within in Germany. 4 numbers you need to know before you accept any offer or sign any lease. Number one, your netto loan. It's the after tax salary, what you take home monthly. not the gross one. You can also calculate it using netto brutto calculator. That's your starting point. Number two, your real rent, not the Kaltmiete, not the cold rent, the Warmmiete. In most cases, it will going to cost you Kaltmiete plus 250 to 350 euros monthly. This will going to be approximately a Warmmiete. So take this rent in all your finance calculations. Number three, your arrival float. When you are moving to a new apartment, coming from a different country and then settling here, having new apartment, from one apartment to other apartment, city to city or state to state, have minimum 3,000 to 5,000 euros as a floating amount for your new apartment to set up that apartment. It's non-negotiable. Then the fourth one, your disposable income, net alone minus euro 500 to 600 for everything. So you get your net loan, let's say 3,000 euros, then 1,400 euro is your real rent, you will minus it, and then 500 to 600 your regular expenses for food, groceries, daily need, internet, and such things. So how much is this in total? 1,400 plus 1,600, 2,000, and your net loan is 3,000. Now you have the disposable income of 1,000 euros. If it's below 500 euros, please reconsider before taking any offer. Try to negotiate on it so that you have as much as cash flow possible after removing your fixed cost. That's very important. Germany rewards people who plan with the numbers, not on the air, on the paper. Plan with all the data you have available. On your paper, play with the numbers, not with the assumptions. If your disposable income calculation is positive and comfortable, you will build stability here. If it is not, the solution is usually the city, not the country. You have to look out which city you should move in, which comes under your budget, under your salary, under your disposable or the available income. So this is how you have to think and follow the framework to gain long-term stability here. You now have the real cost picture, not the one the relocation guide shows you. The real one on the basis you can start figuring your budget, your finances. Next video, we will going to discuss on immigration topic that would be about Niederlassung, your permanent residency. What is the exact roadmaps available for you from the day of arrival until your PR, your permanent residency. I will show you 3 paths, 3 timelines, and the one mistake that quietly adds 12 to 24 months to your PR timeline without you realizing. Subscribe and please comment below if you have any questions, if you want to discuss something in detail with me, or any topic you have in your mind that you want me to make a video on that to provide you a real guide. Let me know below in the comment section. Feel free to connect me over my Instagram handle, and I will see you in the next video.